Borderlands is not the easiest game to describe to someone. On the surface, it looks like your standard first-person shooter with an eccentric art style. In reality, it actually combines the first-person gameplay with the loot drop mechanics of action role-playing games like Diablo. Thankfully, this game is more than Diablo with guns. Its imaginative design ends up making it one of the most memorable games of the year.
15 minutes later, I'm still walking down the street when I saw the shadow of a man creep out of sight.
Borderlands has a very striking presentation. A large part of its personality comes from its sharp, stylized visuals. The console version has some frame rate issues in large-scale fights, but otherwise this game looks awesome. Environments are open and detailed, and a lot of love went into the weapon models, and enemies animate very well. I would have liked to see a little more enemy variety, but there's still a lot to take in here. And although the story is nothing to really write home about, the main characters are still brought to life with lively animation, good voiceover work, and some snappy writing.
All right, Baghdad, time to wake up!
Seeing how a lot of recent games forego this aspect entirely, it's definitely nice to see here. As I said before, this is primarily a loot hunting game. Much fanfare has been made about the game's insane number of weapons. We're told anywhere from a few 100,000 to more guns. All we can say is, yes, there are a ridiculous number of guns. You'll find the usual assortment of weapon classes, stuff like shotguns, sniper rifles, or submachine guns, and each will have unique stats to them, anything from reload rates to damage numbers. As a result, you'll constantly equip and re-equip gear as you find better items. While you may have to toss away a lot of trash guns, it's still very gratifying to finally get that one gun that really clicks for you. In addition to the collecting, the game gives you more customization options with its character classes. You can choose between being a hunter, a berserker, a siren, or a soldier, and each class gets a unique action skill that you'll use a lot during the game. As you level, you also earn points that can increase your stats or power up skill trees for your action skill. While you can do a lot with this system, some of the changes are sorta hard to notice. I would have preferred a greater diversity and bigger changes between each skill class. While the skills do affect how you fight, for sure, it seems like more could have been done with it. One good thing is that if you want to change your character completely, you can reset all your points and redistribute them accordingly. The interface for all this is surprisingly accessible. Customization and looting aren't the only parts of this game, though. The shooting is very satisfying, and thanks to some really engaging enemy AI, it doesn't get as repetitive as you might think. The game's also got vehicles, and though they mainly serve as ways to speed up travel, they can also be used to blow things up. However, without a doubt, the best feature of this game is its multiplayer, which is frantic, chaotic, and highly addictive. Although you can do everything by yourself, up to 4 people can take on the adventure cooperatively. As you keep adding players, the enemy will get more powerful, and better loot will drop. All of your items, progress, and experience are then transferred back to your own game, so there's a lot of incentive to play as a group. One limitation is that you all generally have to be at the same part of the game if you want to do the story missions together, so plan accordingly. The game also offers a high degree of replayability. After you beat it, you can actually play it again with all of your items and a fully leveled character, and all of the enemies will power up as well. There's also duels and an arena that's just for some player versus player fun. So if you ever get into an argument over who has the better character, it's a nice little way to figure it out. Gearbox's Borderlands is a slick and satisfying title that may surprise a lot of people. Straight shooting fans may not care for all of the stat building and the looting, but I found it highly engaging and rewarding. So if you're looking for something a little different than the norm and have 3 other friends who want to loot alongside you, you should definitely check this game out. For the full written review, head over to IGN.com.